Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a video on, I can't believe I've never thought to do this before, but one of you guys actually recommended and asked if I would do a video on my Apple Watch last night and my thoughts about having the cellular version for mountain biking. So that's what I'm going to go over today. I've had an Apple Watch since they first came out, so I'm a big fan. I'm one of those people, when I first got one, I was like, is this really necessary? Because I thought it was a very frivolous thing to go out and buy, but as it turns out, it has been such a staple in my everyday life. If I don't wear it, like for today for instance, I'm wearing a normal watch and all day I was like, oh my god, where's my Apple Watch? Because I'm just like, I feel lost without it now. It is such a useful little gadget that I've come to love. So anyways, I just figured I would show you guys what I personally use it for. Let's get into the video. So as I mentioned, I have the LTE watch right here, the cellular version. So my poor first Apple Watch that I ever got broke, I guess it was like last year or something like that, and the screen just came off, and this is a perfectly good working Apple Watch, which I felt like was very wasteful because I tried to fix this. I bought the adhesive strips and everything to glue this back, and I just couldn't get it to, it just kept popping off. And for Apple to replace this, I think it's about $30 cheaper than just buying a new watch, which is absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, this is just sitting in my drawer. I feel bad throwing it away because I mean, like I said, it works. I just can't get the stupid screen on. But anyways, that's my first watch. So I was without an Apple Watch for a really long time before I got this one, and it was just torture because, like I said, that's something I use just every day just to track my workouts, you know, read emails, screen calls that are coming through, so forth, without having to always take out my phone. And another thing that I find it so helpful and useful for is when I'm flying. That's just the best thing, to be able to scan my watch. I'm not fumbling for my phone. When I'm flying, I like to have, the less things I have to have in my hands, the better. So I like having it for that reason too. Now onto the real question, how do I use it for mountain biking? Would I recommend getting the cellular version to be able to use in place of a phone? So I think everyone's different. For me personally, I still like to carry my phone on me. I always have, you know, my backpack and everything that I keep all my gear and everything for mountain biking. So with that, I just easily throw my phone in there. With that being said, I ride so many new trails all the time that I'm not quite as familiar with, that I'm constantly having to see if I'm on the right trail, because the trail systems will just be really complex with a lot of forks and so forth, and I just always like to make sure I'm on the right trail, and for that I always have to have my phone just to use all trails or, you know, MTB project to make sure I'm going the right way. And unfortunately, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if any of you guys know of a way around this, please let me know. That would be amazing. But with my current Apple Watch, I'm not able to zoom in and see specifically where I am on a map. So that's the only downfall and the reason why I don't solely just have this. There's been so many times though this has saved my butt with my phone dying, and usually I'm really good about always having a charged up Mophie with me when I go mountain biking, but there have been a few times where everything's just been dead, my phone's been dead, and I've been fortunate enough to have this, because this essentially just, you know, acts as another phone for you. The weird thing I will say about this though is if you turn your phone off, this isn't going to work. I don't know why it works that way, but if your phone dies, this will work, but you can't turn it off and this will work. It's a really bizarre concept, I think. But anyways, it's there if you need it. It's a great lifeline to have. When I first got this, I think I got about 3 months free service on this, and I mean, I'm sure it depends on your carrier. I have Verizon, so I pay, I believe, $10 to $15 extra a month for this. I want to say it's about 10, but I could be wrong. It's $10 or $15, and to me, it's worth it. I just like having, you know, extra backup with me at all times. I like having the GPS on here, so it's just a nice feature. Is it really needed? Not really, I guess, but it just depends on convenience for you. If you prefer to be stripped down of everything and not have to carry a bunch of gear or, you know, a phone, depending on what kind of riding you're doing, then yes, it could be really great just to have this. My Apple Watch is something that definitely comes with me every single time because I use this to easily just switch to different songs and so forth. It's so easy to have it on my wrist, and I'm not a person that wants to have my phone mounted to my bike. I feel like that's just an accident waiting to happen, a crashed screen or a smashed phone one. I just feel like it is not safe attached to my bike, so I definitely like having this to be able to, you know, skip through songs and so forth. With the songs, I'm a little bit old school still, people would say, according to everyone. I don't use Spotify or iTunes streaming service. I still use just regular iTunes and own all my music, and I'm not gonna give in to peer pressure, guys. I'm not giving in to Spotify. I'm gonna continue to own all my music. So with that being said, you're able to download playlists. I think maybe like a single playlist on here. I'm not sure about how many songs, but you're able to have that, and then if you don't have your phone, of course, then you can just listen to that playlist that you downloaded on here. And I'm sure if you're streaming, you know, Spotify or something like that, then that's not an issue. You can just continue streaming with this. One thing to note is if you don't carry your phone on you, like I did one day and I just had my Apple Watch, I wasn't able to connect my Bose headphones to my Apple Watch, and I'm only able to connect my AirPods to it. I don't know if that's just a fluke and maybe, you know, you are able to connect it, but it wasn't. I don't know, again, but I just thought that was kind of unfortunate, so I had to go without music. But the main feature I use the most for this is the workout feature, and they have a bunch of presets that you can do, from hiking, indoor cycling, swimming, to outdoor cycling, and that's what I use it for. It's able to track so much great information, to your heart rate, to how many calories you're burning, to the speed you're going, and then of course also how many miles you've gone. And it's really awesome too because you can open up your phone and to see more details, and it'll actually show a map of where you've been. And I know a lot of apps kind of track you on that, but it's nice to have this all built into one. The one thing that I am bummed about, and I hope at a later date will become a little more polished, is AllTrails. That's an app that I use all the time for hiking and so forth, and I wish it was more advanced on the Apple Watch. Currently, I think you can only record like the time you're out, something like very, very basic that no one cares about, no one's ever going to use. So it's kind of unfortunate that you can't track yourself on that, because I do a lot of hikes where I'm constantly having to rely on my GPS to make sure I'm going the right way, and it's annoying to always have to drag out my phone and everything. So that's another thing that I wish they would build out to make it a little more polished for the Apple Watch. That would be amazing. But I absolutely love this thing. It's such a great gadget that I didn't know I would love this much, but it's just become such a necessity and something I always have on me at all times, and really awesome for, you know, mountain biking or just being outdoors and easily being able to check things just on your wrist. With all that being said, in conclusion, I really think it just comes down to, like I said, what you're looking to use it for. If you're one that you really don't want to have anything on you, you want to be able to carry next to nothing, then this is a great alternative for you. I will say it's wonderful. But if you're one of those like myself that are constantly doing trails that you're not quite as familiar with and things like that, it's probably a good idea just to have your cell phone along with you. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to what exactly you're doing. So that's my personal opinion on the Apple Watch. I love the cellular one. I'm glad I got it. I definitely use it a lot, and I'll continue to use probably the cellular feature. I don't plan to get rid of it anytime soon, but yeah. If you guys have any questions at all about it, please feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know what kind of video you guys would like to see next. I love your suggestions, so leave them down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and peace!